Hey guys, it's me, the Dom Fanatic, and welcome to week 1 of the Pokemon Premier League. Very impromptu Pokemon Champions MA Regulation Draft League. Hopefully I've done a draft analysis before this. It just entirely depends if I have time. However, we are here for week 1 against Lars, who is someone we've definitely played before in previous draft league seasons. Off the top of my memory, off the top of my head, can I remember? Absolutely not what they were. But we're here and now in Champions meta, and honestly, I'm really excited to try this out. Watching games and streams just of Champions games and seeing the sheer amount of interest in like tournaments and stuff that are going on around the game, it's in a really good spot. Despite what everyone thought at launch, I think everyone's just kind of moved and transitioned into the fact that actually Champions is a pretty fun game. Yes, it's pretty limited at the moment, but we know it's going to grow and grow and grow. So I'm actually thoroughly enjoying the meta as it is at the moment. So it should make for an interesting time. And we're up against Lars, like I said. Looking at the matchup, I will put it on the screen if I haven't done so already. It's a very poor matchup for us, week 1, which is kind of tough. Reason being is because Charizard and Venusaur is just a really strong core and just kind of dominates even like the ranked ladder. And I just don't have a lot of things that deal with that combo really well outside of the Aerodactyl and the Arcanine. But even then, Venusaur can outspeed me and just put something to sleep. And that really puts me on the back foot. Not only does that kind of happen, but in terms of the Arcanine and the Aerodactyl, a lot of my mons struggle into Aegislash, so I really do expect Aegislash to come to this game. And then there's also a Slowking, which could be a problem. If I'm looking at this now, I would suspect that Charizard, Venusaur, Kommo-o, Aegislash, Slowking, and the Mega Manectric would come. Kommo-o with Soundproof would possibly just kind of help check my Gardevoir a bit, which is why I think that could come. Obviously, I'm well aware that is the case, though, so, you know, I can prep for that accordingly. Slowking is just something I'd like. Bulky Waters I don't actually think I deal with too well. Like, my Ghost is Runerigus. My Grass is Abomasnow. There is a Pangoro. Spoilers, Pangoro does come this week. So Lars may look at my team and think that it's actually quite, good. And Psychic and Water into me in general is pretty solid. So I could find that quite hard to check. And the Mega Manectric, I do have quite a few, I've got competitive Empoleon, but it's an Empoleon against a Mega Manectric. I've got a Scrappy Pangoro. The Intimidate could be really nice for my Mega Aero. It gets fire coverage, which kind of ruins my Abomasnow. And then Electric coverage in general seems pretty decent into me. And Runerigus matchup is terrible this week. I mean, Charizard and the Sun will do a lot. It has Solar Beam. Obviously, I'm weak to the stab of Venusaur, weak to the stab of Aegislash, weak to the stab of Crook, weak to the stab of Slowking. There's the potential for Snarl on the Mega Manectric. There's a stab from Mimikyu. There's a stab from Trevenant. So many things here that mean Runerigus can't come, which means Manectric could do a lot of work. So, bearing that in mind, let's just quickly swap over to the 6 that I did bring. First up, we've got the Mega Aerodactyl. Dual Wing Beat, Rock Slide, Crunch, and Protect. Not running Tailwind or Wide Guard was tough, I will admit, but I needed something to hit the Aegislash on this team. And Crunch does a lot of damage and also helps me potentially deal with the Slowking as well. Mega Aerodactyl also being one of the fastest mons in just the format, full stop, is really nice, but I'm not manly enough to go for an Adamant here. Adamant Nature, I'm running Jolly with enough speed to outspeed the Mega Manectric. Is it a smart idea? Am I going to want to stay in on a Mega Manectric? Probably not, but there could be a clutch time where I need to outspeed and get some damage off, which could be huge. And as I mentioned, I don't do great into Manectric as it is, so yeah. And also the next fastest thing on my team is the Mousehold, so this thing doesn't even need to be timid max speed itself. It could even just be modest and run a lot of speed there as well, meaning that my play here could be it might be too safe, and Adamant could really help me with some like damage calcs and rolls. So something to bear in mind if I'm not being, brave enough. Do I need to consider doing that going forward? Next, we've got Dragonite, Scale Shot, Fire Punch, Iron Head Substitute. As you'll see, I've got some support for this Dragonite. So if I can get this going, like into my mind is thinking Dragonite is good into Charizard and Venusaur. And I think that's probably enough to scare the Charizard off. Unless they bring Ancient Power or Dragon Pulse on it, then that would just be a really good bring on their behalf. But Substitute could be something that I could definitely get up, especially if I lead Mousehold and just click the Follow Me. Iron Head, Fire Punch, Scale Shot just give me good coverage, and once I get the Scale Shot off, potentially behind a sub, I'm slower than a lot of things to start with, even with the speed investment, but afterwards I can then start building my speed up and up and up and start to potentially snowball with this thing, especially with some of the support I've got for this down the line. We are running Inner Focus as well to prevent the Intimidate, because there is a Crook and there is a Mega Manectric. I expect the Mega Manectric to come, so I want to prevent my attack from being lowered. Could potentially not be a fair trade in comparison to Multiscale, but we'll see how that goes. Next is Choice Scarf of Abomasnow. Abomasnow kind of has to come. It seems a bit crazy when I know there's a Mega Charizard and a Venusaur coming. But actually, overriding that Sun and clicking Blizzard into those things is actually quite solid. And to be fair, Lars' team doesn't deal with Blizzard spam too well. So if I can get rid of the Charizard, which, could potentially not come, or has to at least fear the Aerodactyl, then this thing could be quite free to click Blizzard over and over again. Got to think about Aegislash could have Wide Guard, which is why I've got Earth Power. Giga Drain is Grass Stab, because there are a few things that would not appreciate grass coverage. I did consider running Weather Ball here as well for like Weather Ball Fire, in case that would help me in some way, but also Weather Ball Ice. And then Aurora Veil is just there in case I think that, actually setting up Veil rather than going offensive with Abomasnow, a fast Veil could be really nice in helping set up on things like Dragonite, for example. We are running almost max speed, by the way, because this will let me outspeed. What is it letting me outspeed? From memory, I think this lets me outspeed Simisear. There's no way I can actually outspeed the Manectric, so I didn't bother. But this lets me outspeed Simisear, so almost the entire draft. And it will be the entire draft minus Scarfers on Lars' side or a Mega Manectric. Next, we've got the Mousehold. So I'm doing this post-game, right? And I will say right now, I was meant to have Population Bomb on Mousehold, but I forgot to change it from Super Fang, so I ended up playing with Super Fang. And it did end up influencing the way I played. So it should have been Population Bomb. Remember that when you're watching the video. Follow me, because Mousehold of Follow Me is just fantastic, especially when I know there's an Aegislash around. And a lot of my team is quite weak to Aegislash, but I'm also immune to any like Shadow Sneaks that could potentially come out to try and revenge kill something or kill something off before it can get an attack. Taunt, Trick Room is a potential thing here. But also Taunt does stop the Aegislash from clicking Wide Guard and King Shield over and over again. So that will really help. And then Helping Hand. It was a real toss-up about whether I wanted Fake Tears to potentially try and help my Abomasnow. But actually, I think my Mousehold is slower than my Abomasnow, so it didn't really make much sense to do that. Helping Hand in general just seemed to be a really good option when it came to further supporting my team. So that's kind of Mousehold. It's speedy support with Friend Guard. Friend Guard is just a fantastic ability in doubles, as we probably all know at this point. Next is Pangoro. Now, Pangoro doesn't seem like a good mon, I think, in general, but I think it gets severely overlooked. Now, the reason, in all honesty, I took Pangoro is because I needed the Dark type, and, like, the options of Dark types at this point were awful. So, but actually looking on paper into this matchup, it's fantastic. It can hit the Aegislash super effective with Scrappy, obviously without Scrappy too. The Crook super effective, and it's immune to Intimidate. It can hit this Slowking super effective. It's immune to Intimidate on the Manectric and can hit that super effective. Mimikyu could be a switch into it if it comes, but even then CC isn't like, CC can hit it at least and do damage. There's a Kangaskhan, which is weak to CC. There's a Rhyperior. There's a Trevenant. So anything that isn't the top three pretty much doesn't want to see Pangoro. So there's a good chance Pangoro gets a kill every time it's in or does severe damage. We are kind of running a fat variant. There's no point in running speed in this at all, unless I'm running a Rogue Choice Scarf here. It's just not fast enough. It's also kind of potentially there. It's something that could really work in Trick Room, and I'm looking forward to trying that one day. But we are like pretty bulky on this with 18 in attack. Its 18 attack pretty much makes it a 50-50 to kill Aegislash in defense form with close combat, but this bulk also allows me to take on things like the Rhyperior, lets me take on a bit, let me try and get my words out. Lets me take on the Charizard and the Venusaur a little bit better. Checks the Crook a lot better. Just the general bulk and longevity of this, along with like the Friend Guard from the Mousehold, is really nice. And then finally, we have got, I haven't gone over the moves. So we've got Close Combat and Knockoff just for strong stab. It just works really well into this team. Knockoff could be Protect as well. Not Protect, Rock Slide. As could Parting Shot. Parting Shot could easily have been swapped to Rock Slide because I am quite slow. So actually getting slow Parting Shots off might not be great. But I am actually running 5 speed EVs, which allows me to outspeed a speed and like 1 or 2 EV invested Aegislash. So Parting Shot into something like the Dragonite on a potential fighting move could be really useful. But Ghost and Steel in general are pretty solid to me otherwise. So like getting a weakening an Aegislash would be huge for me here. So yeah, and then there's Protect obviously for, well, you know why everyone runs Protect in doubles. And then finally we've got the Arcanine. We are running Lumberry because this is a potential lead if I am expecting a Venusaur. Because Charizard's not a threat. I mean, it does get Scorching Sands. It just depends if Lars wants to run Scorching Sands. We are Intimidate. Obviously, it limits the Aegislash again. Flare Blitz and Rockslide are fantastic coverage pretty much into the whole entirety of Lars's team. We are running Protect, because why not? And then we're running Howl. Now, Howl boosts the attack of both Pokemon on your side, so I can actually get Arcanine boosting its attack as well as the likes of Mega Aerodactyl, Dragonite, it potentially on the Mousehold, but I forgot to run Population Bomb, so that's sad times, and the Pangoro. So if I'm able to get any kind of setup on any of these, like Pangoro, I think a +1 knockoff could kill the Charizard, depending if it's bulky. Close Combat then becomes a confirmed kill into like half of Lars's team, which is spooky. And then, Dragonite behind a sub, a +1 attack after and a Scale Shot can then just kind of run rampant a bit. Lars does have a few things for this, like there's Komo-O, obviously. We know that there is a Slowking, which could just click Scald. There's a Crook that could click Earthquake, but I feel like it's a necessary evil when you've got Zard, Venusaur, and Aegislash all there. I think the Intimidate and the threat of Fire and Rock Stab is really important. So yeah, that's the team. I won't talk much more than that because the game's the video recording is pretty lengthy in itself. So yeah, guys, make sure you do leave a like on the video, subscribe to my channel, and check out Lars if you haven't before or aren't already subscribed. Make sure you also check out all the other coaches' links in the description down below, and I will see you for the games. This is a cursed start to life in PPL Champions VGC. Right, anyway, here we are, week 1 versus Lars. What music do I want? Do I just go random? Yeah, we'll go random. I didn't mean to back out. I meant to click battle. Hopefully it saved everything. It did. Right, we're ready. Let's roll. Good luck, have fun, Lars. So I should have hopefully put the team in front in this. So there is the Zard, which I expected, and the Venusaur, Komo-O. No Manectric is nice to see. Aegislash I very much expected. Slowking. And Rhyperior. I was not expecting Rhyperior. I really thought that Lars might actually consider bringing double megas this week. But, I mean, it does kind of check my Aerodactyl quite nicely, so that makes a lot of sense. But that's why we have... I mean, to be fair, we don't have a lot to hit the Rhyperior. We've got Iron Head on here. CC on here could be nice. Do I expect them just to lead Zard and Venu game 1? It's a possibility. What do I want to bring in the back? I mean, I think Dragonite looks really solid, and Pangoro looks really solid too. Do I feel like I need to control the weather this time? maybe. I think Pangoro has to come in the back because it's something that deals with Aegislash. And then I genuinely feel like Dragonite could potentially do some work in the back too. Is that going to be enough for me? Oh, did I run out of time? I did run out of time. Well, we ran out of time, so that's going to be interesting. Now I need to try and take notes while I'm going through this. Good luck, have fun, Lars. Surely you're leading Zardvunu, right? So Rhyperior and Slowking. Now this is quite a terrifying lead for me here, if I'm completely honest. Pangoro could switch in quite nicely. And I could actually then... I mean, I feel like there's a Trick Room coming, right? So I'm going to taunt the Slowking. To avoid the Trick Room coming up. So we taunt the Slowking. Your Mental Herb, okay. Mental Herb. So there's the Rock Slide. It does very little to us. But the Trick Room is now coming up. I really hope I just don't get burnt. Now I could... I think I'm going to knock the Slowking slot. And then I'm going to... see, I could go Super Fang here. And doing that on the Rhyperior would really help me. And I'm wondering if Rhyperior is potentially Citrus at this point. I haven't got Protect, so I feel like I'm going to go for the Super Fang play here. So you do score with my Pangoro, which is good. I'll take that nicely. No burn? No burn. High horsepower into Pangoro. We chew, because Pangoro is actually genuinely the GOAT. Although I just remembered you don't actually have Nightmare, so this probably isn't going to do a lot. So I Super Fang that, which is nice. And there could be a switch coming in from the Slowking here, so I'm just going to follow me and try and kill the Rhyperior off. If one of them protects, that could be quite scary, but I'm stalling out the Trick Room returns. So we do follow me. So we've seen high horsepower. We do chew, which is nice. Any burns. The Rock Slide is going to miss Pangoro, which doesn't matter. And actually getting in the Dragonite here could be quite nice. We do CC. Pangoro getting its first kill of the season. Hell yeah. I would not have expected to say that this game, but you know. Rhyperior dropping is really, really nice for Aerodactyl. Now my only problem is I can't... I'll die to an Ice Beam here. Right, so there's the Aegislash. So I actually invested in speed, which makes me think Aegislash is gonna underspeed me here. I think I have to click sub and hope that they don't try and kill me off here. So actually having Bomber Snow in the back would have been really nice. Okay, so they King Shield, that's to be expected. Do you have Ice Beam? You can Protect, we'll find out if you have Ice Beam or not. You do have Ice Beam, I'm not multi-scale, and I die. Okay, so that's good to know. I think we lose game one. This is a very fast-paced game one, by the way. I do have Protect on Aero. Do I try and go for the double? So I don't actually have to... I think I've just got to go for the double protect here. And then we'll protect again. Because Sneak isn't going to kill my Pangoro. If they get the double, if I don't get the double protect, it's just game over anyway. High horsepower rock slide. So your trick room, ice beam, stored. I just don't know if I've got enough turns to stall out the trick room. I get the double protect. That's actually enormous for me. Genuinely huge. So the Scald comes out, so they did go for the Pangoro. So did you go for the Iron Head here? You do. Is that trick room over now? It is. So I feel like I can knock off into you, and then I just go crunch into that. I don't know if parting shot works when I'm down. Because otherwise I'd click that into the Aegislash and crunch the Slowking. Yeah, you King Shield, which was to be expected. Do you have Protect on this as well? You don't? Okay. So look at Era gets the kill too. So we are bringing it at least for a 2-0. Worst case scenario. No more Trick Room. So I get the -1. That's frustrating. Does CC into Crunch kill that thing in defensive form? Bunga Bunga. I could double protect, but then I'm just inviting the King's Shield back. Are you Scarfed as well? Like, I think I've got to go for dual wing beat, right? You could protect on that. You don't, because I'm slower. We land the dual wing beat. You chew that. Wow. I'm surprised. Okay, so dual wing beat doesn't kill. Brick break. I call that. Okay, I get the protect. That's right. Now, do I live an Iron Head? I certainly do not. Okay, that's rough. I lose here, so that's a 2-0. I'm going to CC you just for a laugh. So this team that he brought was really weak to Abomasnow. Like, really weak to Abomasnow. You can King Shield me, I'm dead anyway, that's fine. So dual wing beat doesn't one-shot Komoe. Which is good to know. Okay, so it's a 2-0 loss in the first game. How can I adjust to this? I feel like Pangoro was solid. I genuinely feel like Pangoro was solid in that game. But do they then bring so they didn't bring Venusaur Charizard last game. Do they bring Venusaur Charizard this game? So we'll ready up. Oh no, are we backing out? Okay, I don't know how this is working. What have I been saying? Oh, I'm ready. You get 3 minutes between. Okay, so what can we do to adjust? We didn't see Charizard Venusaur. Looking at this team, there is 3 things weak to Blizzard. So, and Slowking, Aegislash, both lose out to Pangoro. So I wonder if Abomasnow and Pangoro lead. Is a decent lead. I don't think Arcanine or
Dragonite really have much play. Okay, well Lars is ready to go. How do I want to lead in game 2? Right. I think I'm going with the Pangoro Bomb Snow lead. Like Arcanine's Intimidate in the back might be really nice. But we can one-shot the Slowking, we know that. Because Knockoff will kill. Do we bring a Bomber, Pangoro, Mousehold? Because Aerodactyl does do a lot here. And I think that might need to be like, okay, right, that's my adjustment. We're just going with it. We'll go Bomber Snow, Pangoro lead. And we'll have Mousehold and the Aerodactyl in the back. But Arcanine was so like hit and miss into this. Like it was I was so good obviously into like the Venusaur, the Charizard. Right, as long as we don't see the Charizard Venusaur lead this time. I think he knows I've prepped hard for that. It was a decently close game 1 though, if I'm honest. Especially after I felt like I was on the back foot trying to prevent Trick Room for that long. If I see the Aegislash lead, I could Parting Shot into it. Bomber Snow will take any hit because the snow. And if I lose this, there is no game 3, by the way. I wonder if there was a roll on the Komo-o. It must just be like part bulky Komo-o, right? Yeah, I mean, actually, it could just be max HP. If it's max HP, it's roll, but really not in my favour. So you go Komo-o and... Okay, so I've got a decent lead here. Do I just click Blizzard? Because I don't think they'll expect me to... I'll protect the Pangoro. I don't think they'll expect me to be scuffed. Surely not. But all I need then is basically the damage on this. Like, if I can just get a fast... So there's no protections coming off from their side. So even if I just get this Blizzard off... King Shield, that's fine. So this is a single target. I thought I missed. I generally thought I missed then. I was just not ready. You got Reachi. I've been out-prepped up the wazoo in this game. You breaking Swipe. Okay, that's good. Good to know. Don't care if you heard me that. So actually, I can Blizzard again. I did 35, so you're going to die this time, right? Actually, let's just do a check. A Bomber Snow into Komo-o. You are Yachiberry. So, you've got max HP and like 35. You're special defensive, but I think you die without the Yachi this time round. Yeah, there's 79. Oh no, but it'll be spread this time. So I think I go CC into this and Blizzard again. Oh, it's wide guard. That's genuinely a genius play. But. So wide guard. We Rip Break. We chew. Now CC because I'm scrappy. Kills. Right, so CC one shots. AG. Which is good to know. Good to know for the future. So it's King Shield, Wide Guard, Iron Head, Shadow Sneak. This Como has to be scared. If it's Venusaur in the back. Surely I can just Blizzard knockoff, right? This Bomber Snowbring is huge. So it's got to be Rhyperior in the back. Which could be a problem. Blizzard and kill. So knockoff kills. A Pangoro putting in an absolute clinic. Do I still have? I still have the snow up. So is it Rhyperior in the back? It is Rhyperior in the back. In that case, I'll just Blizzard again. So we've got 2 turns of snow left, I think. And I'll CC the Rhyperior. Good to see how much this Blizzard does, because I'm assuming it's solid rock. 90. And CC. Okay, well. 4-row game 2. A Bomber Snow and Pangoro just casually getting 3 kills that game. Like, the only way I can see him stopping the Pangoro is... So Brick Break done, I'd roughly 85%, I reckon that did, to Pang. Bulky Pang. Bossing it, by the way. Don't care what happens game 3. Just make it close. Because that was an absolute clinic. I just clicked buttons. I only clicked 3 moves that entire game, actually. No, I didn't. Did I click Protect? Yeah, I did. I clicked 4 moves that game. Right, so... we'll get 3 minutes again now. Okay. I'll say give me a mo. What's Lars going to do this time? So he led Trick Room and that caused me problems. He didn't need Trick Room the second game. I caused him problems. So he's either got to go Slowking Rhyperior or what's it called? Charizard Venusaur. I'm seeing some memes being put in Discord. It looks like Pangoro is being slagged off quite a bit, as it should not have been. Do not underestimate Pangoro. So I wonder if I can go. Right, I think I'm ready. Right, let's go. He won't leave the same 3 again. Surely not. No, he's Yachi. Now actually, unless you lead... See, in my head I was thinking I could lead Aero Mouse again. I can't see how long I've got. So I'll go Aero Mouse, Pangoro in the back, and Bomber Snow in the back. Is it a big call? Yes. If there's a Zardine lead, then we're looking good. If there isn't, if there's the Rhyperia and the Slowking, I am pop bombing, crunching that Slowking. I don't actually know how much Slowking will take from the Aerodactyl. Let's just say you're max HP. Crunch will do a lot. Pop Bomb will do a lot too, but obviously it depends how many hits I do. So, Aegislash Charizard. That's pretty much as good of a lead as I could have hoped for. So I will Mega Evolve and Dual Wing Beat the Charizard, and I will Taunt. Will I Taunt? Do I follow me? Because surely you Wide Guard here, right? So do I Helping Hand into the Zard slot? Do I Protect? And then Pop Bomb the Charizard slot. I think I might do that. Well, I haven't got Pop Bomb, I'm Super Fang. We'll do that instead. We'll Super Fang the Charizard slot, because it might swap. Okay. There's no Trick Room. Trick Room could be in the back, but having Aero in the lead against it is good. And actually, these two are the biggest things that threaten my... So you Protect, no Wide Guard. You're attacking. You Iron Head the Aero. So actually, I feel like Crunch will kill you now, right? Right, how much does Dual Wing Beat do to Charizard Y? With a... I have Friend Guard up. Helping Hand? Helping Hand Dual Wing Beat would kill this Charizard. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And I feel like a trade of Mega for Mega would be good. Something's dying. No, it's not. Ah, he read me like a book. Because the... Oh no, the King Shield. Okay, this is good. You know what? That's respectable damage. Now I could swap into Pangoro, because we know I can take the hits fairly well. Getting chip on these is huge. I could Taunt this, and then I'd have a free knock, no? I'll Taunt the Agi. We'll keep the Aerodactyl around, because the Aerodactyl, once the Aegislash goes down, is looking big. So we Taunt you. Friend Guard will, or whatever it's called, will be really nice here. So you do attack me, which you attacking. You Iron Head that, and you Rock Slide. Okay, so we're in Citrus. which is big. So I could Pine Shot, actually. Wait, no, so he can't actually protect here because I taunted him. So they've got to swap. So I could Helping Hand knock off here and just get big damage on something, which I quite like the thought of, unless it's Komodo in the back. That's the one problem that we could have. But getting rid of the Yachi Berry would be huge. We're actually setting up for an Abomasnow Blizzard endgame. This Zard is going to take a lot of damage. You protect, we got the call right. Nice, okay. How much is the Zard taking? That's a lot. Now the problem is... the problem is... What am I trying to say here? I outspeed the Rhyperior, right? Killing that goes a long way for me. I could CC. This is my problem, right? I haven't got an attacking move on Mousehold. So I'm going to follow me just in case they don't click Heat Wave. So there's the Mega. I can go into what's it called after this and click Blizzard. I think we'll live it here because it's a spread move. What would really hurt me is a burn. Oh, the mouse missed. That's actually going to screw me over. We live. Do we kill? Oh, we don't kill. So actually, this could be quite nice for me. I hope this kills my... Pangoro lives. This is really bad for me, honestly. Will follow me again just in case, but we're going to double down here. There's nothing I can do about this, I don't think. Oh, that was annoying. Okay. Right, well, we're down to the last two. I have to pick something to lock into. What is your last mon? This is going to come down to the wire. I think I go Crunch into the Zard. And I'm going to Earth Power this Rhyperior. I had to lock myself into Rhyperior, into Earth Power. It could be a risky play. If Aerodactyl dies, then it's game over. Because obviously I can't kill the Zard. But I'm just hoping they let me kill the Zard here. That's my only hope, I think, at this point. Earth Power into Dual Wing Beat should be enough to kill the Komodo. They swap the Zard out thinking... They don't. They let me double KO. Okay, well, this is, yeah, this is coming down right to the wire. The Earth Power kill you. Now I think Aegislash will... I live in Ironhead in the snow. And the snow is fresh, so they can't get rid of it. The Aegislash and you. So So I crunch Earth Power the Slowking, right? We haven't seen it Protect. We've seen it Trick Room, Scald, Ice Beam. Does it have the Protect? If it sets up Trick Room, I lose. Right? This is such a big call. If it has, I haven't seen it click Protect yet. I just don't know if it has it. I think I have to double up into it. Lars is still thinking. They don't. Ah, does the F power kill? That's the question. We are max special attack. Oh, it lives. That's so bad. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Arrow goes down. That's so close. If I killed the Slowking, I'm being really loud. I'm aware now. I need to just quiet down a bit, but yeah, good game. Oh, you're a flamethrower. Oh, that's so tough. So tough. Really good game though. I can't be mad at that. It was a really close series. Good game, Lars. Thanks for the good games. I'm glad it was the first one on stream, to be honest, because hopefully that sets a good precedent for how the rest of the games will go. So, yeah, unfortunate result, but I genuinely more fun than any Scarlet Violet thing I've played recently. So, really enjoyed that. Looking forward to week 2, which is against Gunk, which is terrifying. So, yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.